You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Midwest Truck Series. Tonight, Worldwide Technology Raceway, formerly known as Gateway, St. Louis, Missouri. 26 drivers have checked in to do a battle tonight. We got a few things to get to before we get to the racing. Invert tonight, top 4 in points will go to the back. Those drivers: the 11 of Adam Vinny, the 27 of Brock Bigelow, the 22 of Tony Martin, and the 51 of Jonathan Scott. And those gentlemen will also have a bounty on their heads tonight if all 4 finish the race and finish within 1 lap of the winner. And that winner has started inside the top 10. That winner has a $20 bounty to collect. If nobody wins it this week, they'll add $20 to it. The bounty will still be alive for next week. That top 4 in points could change week to week, so could be different drivers every time. You never know. Your Dash for Cash drivers: Corey Moore, Kevin Spalding, Jonathan Scott, Russell Harold, and Michael Everett, all in that $10 Dash for Cash tonight. Got to go win the race, pick up the extra money. And if any of those drivers, minus Jonathan Scott, actually can win this race and all the other criteria are met, they won't pick up 10, they'll pick up $30 here tonight. So Digital Sim Sports Network putting up a little bounty on the top 4 right now. Hello, Miss Bill. Hello, Miss Jane. Mr. Bill, I have got something working for a little package. I finally went and picked up the cups. They're done. They're right. No more errors, no more bleeds, no more nothing else. So they are ready to go as soon as I can take 10 minutes in my life to sit down and package all this stuff up. I promise I will get it done. We are just ridiculously busy with work and life and everything else. Hello, Barbara. Welcome to the show. We're just watching random shots around the racetrack. Guys got about 5 minutes. Right now, Adam Vinny and Brock Bigelow, the quickest 2 trucks in here. Austin DeMoore right in behind them, though. He found some speed. Brandon Mackey came in and immediately went to the top of the board in the 99 truck, and then since then it has matriculated down just a little bit. But he is now the 4th quickest truck. Corey Blevins showing up tonight, and I'm going to tell you what. If I was going to do a pick the winner, that would be the truck that I would pick. I would pick this 24 truck sitting right here on pit road. Oh, we're bringing out the Hot Flames paint scheme for the 24. I would pick that truck to be the winner. He's going to be able to qualify. He's probably going to start in the top 10. He is a handful when he is on the racetrack, and the rest of those guys are going to have a lot of trouble trying to catch up to him. This place is really tricky. Let's get you a little look here at the racetrack, and you can see it is not a true oval. Turns 1 and 2 have some banking. Turns 3 and 4 a lot more flat, but a big sweep. And you go down the backstretch, you're not going in a straight line, really. You are, but you're going at an angle to make that 3 and 4 a little bit wider. So this place races a lot like turns 1 and 2 and turn 3 at Pocono. Very fun racetrack. You can shift down in turns 1 and 2. Hello, Robert. There's Tiny Dancer. Where's Jay at now? Because Jay, his wife, is looking for Tiny Dancer. She missed him last night. He's here tonight. Hey, how's them awards looking there, Mr. King? Friendly question. Friendly question. All right. About 3 minutes left. Let's get out here. We'll look at your points leader right now. That is the driver. Sitting number 1 in the points. He drove from 25th to 1st last week at Kansas. Sent the what yesterday? And where'd you send it? That driver right there, he sits atop the points. He is going to be the last driver to get an EOL during the top 4 to the back EOL cycle. So he will basically start Outback Charlie 26th position tonight. Didn't hurt him last week. 25th. Still drove to the front. We'll see what he can do here tonight. His partner in crime, right there in the 27, just rolling off pit road for a few more laps before we head for qualifying. The drivers will all still qualify, bonus points involved in all that. Mike Forstner, the other of those Beardsconsin red, white, blue, and black trucks. So the 3, I don't know if I want to call them amigos or banditos. I'm not really sure, but the 3 banditos out there running around together tonight. There's a guy had unfortunate circumstances last week at Kansas, leading the race. Lap truck blows a tire, spins out in front of him and collects him while he was up front. And he was beyond frustrated about that. I talked to him during the week, and he is ready to come in here and put it down and see if he can get it done at Worldwide Technology Raceway tonight. There's Tony Martin right behind him. Here's a driver that's got a chance to do quite a bit. He's in the dash for cash. He's got to start at the back. But if he could come up and break through and get his first win, that would be a monumental feat, especially at a place like this. Sean McLaughlin. Paul Bojanic. There's the 31 truck of Cameron Watson right behind him. Cameron, a fan favorite on the broadcast last week. The only female driver in the field in that 20 machine. Els Indriani. She had a good run. Finished, I want to say, about 12th last week. Had a fantastic run at Kansas. Seven of Austin Hicks. Dylan Herman, there's an homage. There is a throwback homage. Late, great Jimmy Spencer. It looks like we are done with a warm-up. We are ready for qualifying. See who we can find in qualifying here. Well, we'll get started with this driver right here. He's going to be one of the first to roll that truck out. 77 of Sean McLaughlin. Exit of pit road right there. Pretty tricky, pretty flat until you get to where you're pretty straight down this backstretch. And you can see how far it is down to that backstretch. Very little banking. Down there in turns 3 and 4. It's just a handful of degrees of banking. It is a lot more when you get down here to turns 1 and 2. Almost everybody out now. There's only a handful that are not on the racetrack. We will watch Mr. McLaughlin make his lap. I want to jump on a couple of other trucks here. First time by 4, Sean McLaughlin. 33-33. So he sets the tone for everybody else and gets bumped down. 33-13 by Brock Bigelow. Adam Vinny, 33-08. Fastest lap he's run since we opened the server tonight. By himself. Little drafting. He had some help in practice, but fantastic lap. 33 flat. This is Corey Blevins. We're watching him. We're going to see where he times in at. Cross the line. Time puts him 5th quick. Boyd moved up to 3rd on his first lap. His last lap, quite a bit slower. And everybody looks to be slowing down at least a little bit on their second lap. Let's go watch the 45 of Corey Moore as he finishes up. He's going to be 16th quick. Ryan Kamba, the 204. Finishes lap number 2. No time. No time for the 204 truck. Kevin Spaulding on his first timed lap. We still have about 5 trucks. Mike Forstner about to roll out. So we're going to watch Mike here momentarily. Right now, Captain Spaulding. Hello, Mr. Brunner. Welcome in. First time by for Kevin Spaulding. And Spaulding, 5th quick on lap number 1. 33-23. Forstner just now getting into turns 1 and 2. This is his first timed lap. No time for Kamba, no time for Kyer, no time for Bojanic, no time for Hicks. So at least 4 drivers not qualifying or not getting scored. And I don't know what happened to cause them not to be scored. Forstner 14th quick. Yes, Adam has to start in the back again. Top 4 in points go to the back. They do a random draw for the Dash for Cash drivers. And the criteria and the rules for the bounty go into effect with the top 10 after they move those 4 to the back. So right now, Vinny Bigelow are the only 2 up there. So Jonathan Scott, that will put Mike Forstner in 2. The top 10. Once I have them written down, guys, I will tell you who our top 10 will be at the start so that we can tell you who's going to be eligible for the bounty. Now, the rules for the bounty, once again, the 4 that go to the back have to finish within 1 lap of the winner. They all have to be running at the end. And you have to basically beat them heads up. Okay, so we're going to get ready to take a look now at our starting lineup. And Forstner, the 4 car. All right. That front row is going to go to the back, so that will not be your pole sitter. The 21 of Garrett Boyd will be on the pole. He'll have the 107 of Austin DeMore on the outside. Row 2, 25 Kevin Spaulding. His teammate in the 83, Stephen Pearson, to his right. Cameron Watson in the 31 and Sean McLaughlin in the 77 will make up a row number 3. Corey Blevins, the 24, Tony Martin, the 22, in row number 4. And then Indriani on the inside of row 5, and Indriani will have Forstner or Mackey. And we're waiting to make sure, but Jonathan Scott will be going to the back. Then Dylan Herman, the 777, and Michael Everett. They're in row 7. Row 8 is Frank Chavez, the 23, and the 45 of Corey Moore. Coy Callis, the 2. Chris Emerson, the 13. They're row 9. Row 10 is Russell Harreld, the 19. Trevor Hakes, the 12. Your 11th row is Ryan Kamba, the 204. Todd Keir in the 24. And then Austin Hicks and Paul Bojanic, the 7 and 3, making up a row number 12. 13th row, well, that is going to be the 51 of Jonathan Scott and the 22 of Tony Martin. So Tony Martin is going to drop out of that top 10 as well. So it will be the 99 of Mackey and the 4 of Forstner in the top 10 for the start. And then the back row will be Brock Bigelow and Adam Vinny. They'll shift all this up. Once they start rolling off here, they'll get them all EOL'd. He started on the front row last week and he still got a lap truck to do some crazy stuff right in front of him. So you never know, honestly. You never really know what's going to happen. Okay, good look at the field as they get formed up and get ready to look for a green flag. 75 laps tonight. That's at least one pit stop. I think the boys were talking about 48 to 52 laps on fuel. Maybe they were talking on tires, and the fuel you could go almost to the end, but tires is going to be the issue. You're going to eat them up. You're going to eat them up fast. Pace car, getting out of the way, and we're ready for the green flag. 75 laps. Worldwide Technology Raceway Midwest Truck Series. We're underway. Good start up front. A wiggle, a jiggle. And Mr. Everett got it off turn 2. Truck into the outside wall. That looks like the 83 of Stephen Pearson. Let's go find out what happened to the 83 truck. Got the 77 right behind here. That's Sean McLaughlin. Ooh, yep. Different braking points. Oh, McLaughlin's going to go around. And he saved the truck. Did not wreck it. He just slid it a long ways. So the outside had the advantage on the start as Austin Demore grabbed the lead away from Garrett Boyd. Spalding, Watson, Blevins, Indriani, Mackey, Everett, Forstner, and Moore were the top 10 when the caution fell. Cold tires, flat entry. I don't know that I blame him a lot for lifting a little early there. Truck in front of him. I mean, hey, there's Jay Church. Jay Church, better tell your wife. Tiny Dancer's in the house. So we got about a lap in. We'll change things up a little. We get ready to restart here. These guys will get back to double file. And had to slow things down. Now let's see. Vinny picked up a couple. And I think Stephen Pearson's truck heavily damaged. Yeah, the front end's crushed in, or rear end's crushed in. They do not have resets, so they are going to have to get the hammers and get the Bondo and Barabond and everything else out. Oh, you've had a fan for a while. So Pearson getting things fixed. Everybody else just trying to get themselves ready to get restarted, because I think we're going to go 1 to green this time by. Lot of laps left. Lots and lots and lots of laps left. Demore will pick the outside for the restart, and I would too. It helped me on the initial start. I definitely would take that outside again. Spalding and Watson are in row 2. And then Blevins and Indriani in row 3. Mackey and Everett, row 4. And then Forstner on the inside of row 5 with Herman in that 777 on his outside. Behind that, Emerson and Moore, Kier and Chavez. We're still real early in this thing, so. Everybody's bunched up, fields back together. Stephen Pearson, the only truck that is not on the raceway at this time. Restart here, beginning of lap number 5. DeMore and Boyd get in the zone. DeMore got a great start. Boyd looked like he might have been finishing his sandwich, trying to wipe his hands before he grabbed the gear shift and went through the gears right there. But he'll come out second. They're side by side behind him. Spalding and Watson coming off turn 2. This time I think they're going to stay even. Last time I think Watson got the better of that deal. Spalding had to get him again down here in 3 and 4. Tell you the high side right now, you can roll it in nice and smooth. You've got a pretty good advantage from about the center off. Watson to third, Spalding to fourth. Blevins is now up to the 5th spot. Indriani behind that. Then Michael Everett in 7th. Mackey down the inside has 8, at least for a moment. Forstner looks like he's got to run on the high side. He'll go by and take over that spot. Mackey back to 9th. Moore runs 10th. Let's go to the back and see how the boys at the back are doing. Ryan Common 16th. Got Adam Vinny looking to the inside. Brock Bigelow is tucked in right behind him. Car sideways. That's the 12 of Hakes. He gets it righted. We're going to stay green. Sean McLaughlin trying to recover from his incident on lap 1 all the way back up to 19th. Restarted about 24th. He is following Bigelow and Vinny up through the field. Starting to get spread out. Russell Harreld giving up a spot to Sean McLaughlin. Ryan Comba trying to come through as well. Truck out of shape. That's the 13 of Emerson. Got up the hill in turns 1 and 2. Austin Hicks will go by. Hicks now up to 19th. Emerson went all the way to 20th with that mistake. Up front, DeMore and Boyd have broken away from Watson, Spalding, and Blevins. And Corey Blevins is reeling in 3rd and 4th. Those two side by side in front of him. He just wants to know which one's going to make the move to get clear, because that's who he wants to follow. Drop him 2 spots, give Spalding and Blevins the positions. That'll move Watson back to 5th. Now Indriani. Back in the 6th spot, has a healthy gap over Michael Everett. Mike Forstner is making moves coming forward. He's already picked up 5 spots since we started. Probably better make that 2 spots because he got a couple free spots. Still looking for more. Truck's starting to get spread out back through the field. Back in 12th and 13th, Vinny and Bigelow. And then right behind them, Todd Keir in the 88. That's 14th. McLaughlin still 15th. Frank Chavez in the 23 runs in the 16th spot. Kamba, Bojanic. Guys making some moves. Tony Martin. And Tony Martin went to the back via the top 4 in points invert. And he and Jonathan Scott, who went with him, still back here just inside the top 20. 20th and 21st. Not coming forward like the other drivers. Get back closer to the front. It's just 0.2 of a second. It's only about 5 car lengths. First to second. Demore got the lead on the start, hasn't given it back. Spalding moved up to third. Corey Blevins came with him. There's Josh. There's Josh cheering on his man, the Mick Ultra truck, running in the 5th spot right now. Michael Everett in the 10th position. Well, if he looks in his mirror, he's going to see somebody that started this thing all the way to the back. We are coming up on 1/5 of the way through. And Vinny and Bigelow are already 11th and 12th. And I don't think he's going to be 11th for long. Going to duck to the inside down here. 1, 2. Smoke. Truck sideways. That's Mackey, and Mackey did a good job of getting back a hold of that thing. He's going to lose positions. He's going to give one up at least to Adam Vinny here. He gave one up to Corey Moore already. Brock Bigelow looking to take advantage of getting back up to speed. There comes the 12 of Hakes. Hakes spun on lap 1. That truck damaged and way off the pace. He's keeping it out of the way. Pearson is back on track. Got a lot of damage repaired, but he is 7 laps down to your leaders right now. The gap at the front closing up just a tiny bit. As Boyd now starting to put pressure on Demore, trying to move to the inside. Oh, Demore got loose out of 4. That may hurt the 107 truck a lot more than it looks. He may have heavy damage on that right side. He may have knocked the toe right out of that thing. That truck took off the rear end, took off to the right, and he snapped it back and crushed it into the fence. That puts Garrett Boyd out in front. Adam Vinny's back up to 8th spot. He's behind his teammate Forstner. Mackey and Moore battling right here, 9th and 10th. They're right in front of Brock Bigelow, and Bigelow just looking for room to race. Bigelow has a win this season. Just trying to stay in podium form. Gets around Corey Moore. He moves into the 10th position. Mackey had that great save just a little while ago. Got the truck back up underneath him. He's in 9th, and he's holding steady right there. Forstner going around Indriani. That is going to be a move for the 6th spot. Andriani wide in turns 3 and 4. Will slide back down to the bottom. Gives up the position. Drop her back to 7th. Up front, Boyd. Boyle, he's got a 1.2 second lead over Demore, whose truck is really running good, solid laps. He is just a little bit off the leader now, but he's still just as fast as the truck behind him in Kevin Spalding. Spalding's got a big gap back to Blevins. And I expected Corey Blevins to go straight to the front, and I expected him to go there very quickly. But he has gotten up here to 4th and kind of leveled off. You can see how far around the track the vehicles are spread right now. Still coming out of 3 and 4. There's the last of them there. And our leader, well, our leader's halfway down the backstretch, and he's going to be getting into lap traffic here pretty quick. That's going to be Chris Emerson, the truck right in front of him. So 13. Runs 24th, and he's only just about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of our leader right now. Forster starting to reel in the 31. His teammate now, Adam Vinny, from the back, right up there. He's up to 7th, just got around El Zindriani. We're going to be a third of the way through this race. Here in just about 2 minutes. This time Forstner looks low out of 4. Forstner had to give ground. Watson went up the hill, tried to diamond the corner. Forster had to slow up, and that allows the 11 of Adam Vinny to get to the bumper. It's a 3-truck race now for 5th. Andriani now under fire from Brock Bigelow. That'll be a race for the 8th position. This happening right behind that race for 5th, 6th, and 7th. And now Vinny looks to clear Watson and take over the 6th spot. Bigelow did not get the job done on the 20 truck. Andriani still in the 8th spot. Bigelow still 9th, and then Mackey is 10th. It's a ways back to McLaughlin, but McLaughlin has recovered nicely. He's inside the top 11 after starting, about 8th and ended up in lap number 1. He went all the way to the back of the field and has worked his way back through. There's Corey Moore. Keir. Martin is up to 14th. Everett 15th. Kamba and Scott 16, 17. Hicks is 18th. 19th is Chavez, and then 20th is Dylan Herman in that 777 truck. Bohonic right there in the 321st. Harold is 22nd. Okay, Callis is 23rd, and then back to just getting lapped. Just now got lapped. Chris Emerson. Just like right as we were getting to the back of the field, the top 3 or 4 trucks got by him. He had a slip in turns 1 and 2. So we'll get back to the front. Garrett Boyd now 3 seconds in front of DeMore. DeMore and Spalding a lot closer together. It's about 0.6 of a second between those two now. And then Corey Blevins right in there. We're across the 3rd mark. Working lap 26 of 75. Caution on lap 1. And we have been clean and green ever since. Let's go back here. Right around the 20 truck because they're lapping the 13 of Emerson. But it kicked off a little bit of a battle between Bigelow and Watson. And now the 3 red, white, and blue trucks are all together. 5th, 6th, and 7th. Forstner, Vinny, and Bigelow. They're all chasing these guys right here. Blevins, and then Spalding. And Spalding's reeling in DeMore. The damage on DeMore's truck seems to be starting to affect how that truck is handling. Our lap times, we have slowed down about 1.25 seconds. 33:20, and well, it's even more than that. It's about 1.5 seconds at 34:70. So Garrett Boyd on a Sunday drive right now. Nothing in front, nothing behind. And he's about 8 laps away from halfway. Trucks on pit road right now. Hicks, Herman, Emerson. I think Trevor Hakes finally succumbed to the amount of damage on that 12 truck, and he is out of the race. But Herman is on pit road. Hicks is on pit road. Emerson is on pit road. There's Hakes' truck. He's out of it. He's almost 10 laps down now, so. Let's get back here. Corey Blevins is in fourth, and now Adam Vinny has gotten around both of his teammates, Bigelow and Forstner. Moves himself up into the top 5. He is working to try to reel in Blevins. Blevins is working on reeling in the 25 of Kevin Spaulding. And Spaulding now has caught Demore. He is right there. From 26 starting position, running in the 5th, we are creeping in on halfway. Last week, by halfway, he had run from 25th place all the way to the lead. So, different set of circumstances tonight for your points leader. If this thing stays green, pit stops could become the big factor. You don't want to speed getting in, you don't want to speed getting out, but you don't want to be too slow either and give up a bunch of time. 4.4 seconds. Your leader, Garrett Boyd, right there, 2. Second place, Demore, and there's third place, Kevin Spaulding. And Spaulding can feel Blevins coming to the back of the truck, and he knows it is time to get rolling. Got to make something happen. Here comes Trevor Hakes off pit road. He's not out of it. Just a lot of damage in that big wiggle. Spaulding went from being on the bumper of the 107 to getting passed by the 24 of Blevins. Here comes the 11 of Adam Vinny. Battle heating up. 3rd, 4th, and 5th are all together now. We're about 2 laps shy of halfway. It's 5 1/4 seconds from 2nd to 1st, and another second from 2nd to 3rd, and you're watching 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. Make that 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th because Bigelow is now joined this fray. These 4 are reeling in Austin Demore. It's little bits here, half a tenth. There comes Adam Vinny. He don't want to mess with Corey Blevins. He wants to get in there and get at him, get past him. Blevins ain't going to make it easy. He'll fight back on the high side. Blevins should have a good run out of 2. He's making it difficult. Spaulding made it difficult for all of them, and Blevins is doing the same. He knows if he can stay on that high line and keep his momentum up. Great battle. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. Vinny got around Blevins, and now he might clear. Spalding, he will. He'll move up the hill, move him to fourth. Move him to third. Spalding fourth. Blevins is still fifth and still trying to work on getting around that 25 truck. And then Brock Bigelow is tucked in back there, and he's just waiting for the lane to clear. Meanwhile, Demore, well, it's 1.4 seconds. Or no, it's less than that. It's a quarter second. I'm sorry. Miscalculation. He's going to go to pit road. He wants fresh wheels on that. I told you it's tricky getting on pit road. He almost slid out in the grass right there. Watch him go in. Now the gap is 7.25 seconds from first. Garrett Boyd back to Adam Vinny, who is now up to second. Bigelow is getting by the rest of them. He's going to third here. Got around Spalding. He's working around Blevins now. Blevins still not making it easy on anybody. There goes Kevin Spalding to pit road. And now Bigelow slams the door on Blevins. Cut it up right in the middle of the front stretch. He'll take over third. Blevins is fourth. Forstner back in the sixth spot, or the fifth spot back here. And then Watson, Indriani, Mackey, Martin, and McLaughlin are the top 10. Spalding on pit road trying to roll out. Demore got out. He lost a lap. He's liable to get that back. Right now, it looks like Garrett Boyd is really kind of on cruise control right now. Adam Vinny drops off, goes to pit road. Indriani's on pit road. And Vinny around on pit road. Oh, what happened there? I am not seeing the red mark for that. But he is going to lose a lot of time. Brandon Mackey now up to second with everybody going to pit road. Garrett Boyd trying to be the last of those. He is. He rolls on to pit road. He got on there fast, and he made a quick zip around that entry to pit lane right there. Hopefully he wasn't caught speeding. Mackey came in with him. That leaves Kamba on track, and Kamba is going to go another lap. There is just a madhouse behind because Bojanic went to pit road. Kamba, Indriani, Chavez. There comes McLaughlin off pit road. When pit cycle completes, man, we're going to see some shuffling, I think. There's the 11 of Adam Vinny, and Adam Vinny is scored just over a lap down. He needs to get around the 99. To get his lap back. And he needs to get around the 204. I'm sorry. And he has. So that puts him just one lap down. Now it's going to put him on the tail end of the lead lap. Yeah, he just broke back onto the lead lap. So your leader before pit cycle now comes out third. He's only 14 seconds behind Kamba and Chavez. Kamba going to pit road. So Chavez, the last truck. Chavez will head up the backstretch. Will he duck off and head for pit road? Doesn't look like it. He stays far to the right. He's only got about 7.25 seconds on Garrett Boyd right now. DeMore got back out in the second position, but he's a little over 4 seconds behind your leader. Bigelow is going to be third when the cycle completes. Forstner will be in fourth. Spalding is fifth. Then Blevins. We'll watch and see. Chavez still not headed for pit road. Long green flag run here. We've been 47 laps of green. Actually, it's about 44 laps of green. I'm sorry about that. But this time, Chavez really had a problem getting through 1 and 2. That truck took off and went way up the hill. He's going to pit road this time. I think the right front finally gave up. That truck took off and went way, way, way up the hill. Here comes Garrett Boyd to go around Chavez. And DeMore coming out of turn number 4 will go by him as he goes on to pit road as well. Bigelow, Forstner, Spalding, Blevins, Watson. Then Mackey, who led briefly. And McLaughlin in 9th, and Tony Martin now up to the 10th spot. Adam Vinny back on the lead lap, but he is 11th. With about 25, 26 laps to go. He's got a lot of space to make up. About 17.5 seconds to catch your leader. Oh. Don't drop your pin during the broadcast, folks. It's a bad idea. So the gap is 5.3 seconds from first to second. 25 laps to go this time by. Leader starting to get into lap traffic. And it's heavy lap traffic because it's only a few truck lengths between trucks now. Every time he passes one, he's going to stay in dirty air for quite a while here. DeMore is still second. Brock Bigelow is trying to keep his podium streak alive. He runs in the third spot, just got around Frank Chavez. Forstner is coming up on Chavez. I don't know with the fresher tires, and there's quite a disparity between the tires. We'll see if Forstner can stay ahead. Spalding still fifth. Blevins, Watson, Mackey, McLaughlin, and Adam Vinny now inside the top 10 as he got around Tony Martin. Working on Sean McLaughlin for 9th already. He'll get there. That gap still 17 plus seconds. So Garrett Boyd ticking the laps off, lapping trucks. 18 still on the lead lap, and Callis is right in front of him. Coy Callis in the 2. Barely out in front of your leader. Leader's going to go to the outside. I'm not sure Callis knew which lane to jump into, and he picked one, and that gave Boyd the high side. Boyd will use it. He'll cut down right here in the middle of the corner. He's going to go under the 777 of Herman. Herman in the 17th spot goes a lap down to your leader now. Next truck on the hit list, the 204, Ryan Kamba. Kamba led right at the end of that pit cycle. That pink pony Chevy Silverado right in front of your leader. DeMore is still second. It's almost 7 seconds now. Bigelow is trying to reel him in. Bridesmaid once again, maybe. He had a string of second place finishes last season. So he'll work around the outside of the 12 truck, Trevor Hakes. Hakes is already 14 laps down. Forstner in that fourth spot. Pretty good gap between himself and Bigelow, and then an even bigger gap back to the fifth place truck of Kevin Spaulding. Blevins is sixth. Mackey, Watson, and then Vinny. And Vinny just getting around McLaughlin. McLaughlin, and Martin really kind of got a little drafting group going. Straightaways, I think it'll work. But in these corners, kind of irrelevant. They all run 9, 10, and 11 at the moment. Bigelow now working on DeMoor for second. And he'll take the spot. DeMoor was the first of the top 10 to pit. So anywhere from 3 to 5 laps difference. It looks like they're about 3 laps different on tires right now. And it showed because that was a quick pass. DeMoor has some damage on the right front of that truck anyway. I think that's affected it. We're going to have a caution for Emerson. That's going to change everything. Oh, yeah, he just got in there and it got away from him. Nobody hits him. That is going to shake some things up. It's going to bring some guys a lot closer. I mean, you're talking about 7 and 8 seconds being fully erased. With that 50-odd lap green flag run through pit cycle. Boyd, Bigelow, DeMoor, Forstner, Spaulding, Blevins, Mackey, Watson, Vinny, and McLaughlin will be the top 10. Martin, Indriani, Scott, Keir, Hicks, Callis, Bojanic, Kamba, Chavez, and Herman, as Herman will get his lap back. He'll be back on the lead lap. He'll move up a couple of spots. Everybody's going to pit road. Fresh tires for that last 16 or so lap run. First to his pit box, he should be the first out. And he will be the first one to roll off pit road. Let's go see how Bigelow fares. Several trucks going to get past Bigelow. Adam Vinny will roll out of here. He's going to be somewhere around 9th or 10th. Boyd, and then DeMoor, Forstner, Spaulding, Blevins, Bigelow, Mackey, Watson, Vinny 9th, and Sean McLaughlin rolled out 10th. Tony Martin, Jonathan Scott, Indriani, Keir, Hicks. You got to catch up to the rest of the pack. Some guys getting their lap back via being in front of the leaders now. They'll get the wave around at 1 to go. It's going to be Chavez, Bojanic, Kamba, Herman, and Everett, all trying to get back on the lead lap. And Michael Everett must have had a penalty because he is dropping to the back. He will not get a lap back. So the same front row for both of our starts so far tonight will give us our third and maybe final start. I don't know. We bunch guys up like this. I think you're going to see we might get at least one more caution, but we'll have to wait and see. All 4 of our top 4 in points still racing. So the bounty is still available. But the lights are off on the pace car. That means we're about to go back to green. It's going to be 15 laps remaining.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flying. Good start for Boyd. Demore. Kind of a lazy start, the 107. He might hang on to second in front of Forstner. He'll do that, get down the corner, but he won't do it for long because around he goes off the bumper. Spalding's going to catch a piece of it. We can look at this right here. Yeah, got down in there, and he got a lot of help getting around. 88 truck of Kier clipped him as he went by, so a tough start turns into tragedy as we are not done with cautions just yet. So we'll get everybody back in line. We'll go through the lineup. Once we have everybody back in line, we'll make sure that everybody's kind of where they need to be. Boyd, Forstner, Blevins, Mackey, Bigelow, Watson, Vinny, McLaughlin, Scott, and Martin. There goes your wave around truck. That's Paul Bojanic in the 3 truck. And Bojanic will be back on the lead lap. Spalding, Chavez, and Demore all on pit road. We will see if any of them returned. Kevin Spalding just kind of got caught up there. He had nowhere to go when Demore's truck came across his nose. So it'll shake things up a little bit. We'll have yet another restart. And now Blevins is up here close enough he can sniff it. He's a multi-time winner in this series. Forstner's trying to break through. Mackey doesn't have a win. Bigelow does. Watson does not have a win. Vinny's got wins in this series. Sean McLaughlin doesn't have a win in this series that I know of. And Jonathan Scott and Tony Martin. So your top 4 are your top 4 in points for a reason. They are all inside the top 10 in the closing laps of this thing, ready for this final restart, or what we hope is the final restart. But they are all back inside the top 10. They run 5th, 7th, 9th, and 10th. This is all after about 63 laps. I'm with you, Hugh. You should hold your brakes every time something bad happens. Turn your bad situation into somebody else's for no reason at all. All right, pace car is going to get out of the way right here as soon as we hit the start zone. We'll see who's got what left in them. It's going to be an 11-lap sprint.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag coming out. And once again, Boyd got a monster start, but this time Corey Blevins got up on the wheel for a moment. He is going to come out of here second. Forstner's up to third. Mackey's trying to hang on to fourth on the high side against Bigelow. Truck around McLaughlin. And he's going to get piled into. Oh, boy. Trying to work right there. Oh, DeMore got turned around. Well, wait a minute. That wasn't it. That's not the one. That's the last one. Aha, it rewound us so far. There we go. Now we're on it. It rewound us to the last caution, unfortunately. Now we'll look at this one. Oh, he just loses the truck right in traffic right there. Spalding comes in there. Gets his bumper pretty good. That might hurt the front end of the 25 truck as well. So cautions breed cautions, and we're working caution number 4. We had 1 caution in the first 60 laps. And now we're on caution number 4, and we still have 10 to go. So we're on like 64. I don't know if Boyd keeps getting starts like he's getting. He may not mind that. He just wants to get to the last one, get to the white flag, and then see if he can pick up the bounty money and his first win in the series. Indriani, Els Indriani up inside the top 10 here at the very end. I think we're bringing another truck back onto the lead lap. Dylan Herman will be back on the lead lap. He'll be in 17th or 18th when we get ready to go green. Depends on how long Spalding and McLaughlin spend on pit road. McLaughlin rear end damage. May sit there and wait for it. Spalding has damage on the nose, both sides. So he is going to roll it back on track. So we, I think, are about to get the 1 to go, which means it'll be 7-lap shootout to get to the end of this one. Lights go off. Boyd is going to choose the inside. And he is going to have a host of those red, white, black, and blue trucks behind him. Forstner and Bigelow lining up behind him. Blevins will have Mackey and Vinny lined up behind him. Little shout out to the 31 truck. He has kept that thing in the top 10 all day long, and as a rookie, that is a pretty good feat. Indriani, shout out for top 10. A couple weeks in a row, she has hovered right around the top 10, top 12. So a restart. Right here with 7 laps to go. Will it be the final one? We hope so. Garrett Boyd has been the control truck all night long. He's gotten great starts, great restarts. Can he do it again? Boy, can he. He is getting fantastic starts. Blevins is going to have his hands full because Forstner's there. I think the top side out of 1 and 2 has an advantage. And I think Blevins may end up with this position because of the run he should get right here. And he will. Forstner pulls back in line in front of Mackey. Mackey has to deal with Vinny and Bigelow. Vinny got around Bigelow and moves up to 5th. Now up to 4th as he's going to try to get around Mackey. He's got him by about quarter truck. Bigelow is going to try to work that bottom side as well. Wide a run through 1 and 2 for the 99. He's going to lose a spot to the 11, but not to the 27 just yet. Wave lap coming out this time. 5 to go. Boyd with a scant 2 truck length lead over Blevins. Forstner in 3rd. Vinny and now Bigelow. As the 3 teammates run 3, 4, 5. Blevins Covering the bottom, Vinny on his teammate, looking to go to the top. Has the advantage getting down to turn 3, and he immediately dives right to the inside of the 24. 4 laps to go, and Adam Vinny up to second place. Blevins not giving up just yet. That might have done it right there. Slide job out of the 11 truck. He just went right across the nose of the 24, took all the air away, sealed the deal, and keeps the pass. He's got a half a second to make up and 3 laps to do it. Boyd has been out front pretty much all night long. He had a 9-second lead at one point until a caution erased it. Now can he hang on for 3 more laps, get his first win, and hold off your points leader in the series, who started 26th and is now up to the second spot. Clean air, smooth, clean laps out of the 21 thus far. But Vinny going to have to crank the wick up just a little bit. 2 to go this time by. The gap is just over 0.3 of a second. One and a half laps, and the gap stays the same. Truck on the approach to the pits. That's the 12 of Hakes. He is going to get out of the way. White flag coming out. One more time around. Down to exactly 0.3 of a second. Boyd with a little wiggle in the middle of 1 and 2. He's got to make a half a lap. Into 3 and 4. Vinny tried to drive it in deep. Truck slid up about a lane and a half. He's going to end up having to settle for second. Garrett Boyd is going to break through in the Midwest Truck Series. He'll win at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Vinny up to second. Blevins hangs on to third. Bigelow and Mackey 4 and 5. So another great drive through the field for your points leader, Adam Vinny. He's going to come up 1 spot short tonight. Quickly, we are going to take a look. 6th place, Forstner. Scott in 7th, Martin 8th. So your top 4 in points, they finish in the top 8. Watson 9th, Indriani 10th, Hicks 11th, Kyer 12th. Callis in 13th, Bojanic in 14th, McLaughlin 15th, Chavez 16th, Spalding 17th, 18th was Herman. 19th, Kamba, Everett 20th, Emerson 21st, 22nd to Harold, DeMoore 23rd, Hakes 24th, Moore 25th, and Pearson with the early exit 26th tonight. All right, let's try to grab our top 3. Let's see. We're going to have to look for these guys. We're going to set them where we need them. I'm looking for Corey. Oh, I saw him for a second. Oh, there he is. He moved right where I needed him to. Good job. Love it when the drivers do it themselves and I don't have to chase them all over the place. Corey Blevins, you got a copy?
I got a copy, yes, sir.
Well, you changed the paint scheme up on me, but I got to tell you, as a Jeff Gordon fan, I'm loving every single one of these that's coming out, my man. A tough run here tonight, but we haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. You come in here in 3rd place. You had a lot of really tough trucks around you all night long.
Yeah, it was a tough race for me. It's not one of my better tracks, so to come home with 3rd, I would take it. I really struggle with this place. It's just not very kind to me. So, I'm pretty happy with third, to be honest. I don't think I was a third place truck. I was more around sixth or seventh, most likely. But all those cautions there and people spinning out kind of helped me a little bit there at the end.
Well, when you look in the mirror with just a handful of laps to go, and here comes the 11 truck, man, what goes through your mind? That guy started at the back.
What goes through my mind is Adam. I'm not surprised either way. You know, I think it would have been pretty difficult for me to drive up to the front. So I give him props. This track is pretty difficult to pass at. So I definitely give him props for being able to drive it to the front like he did. And then, I mean, honestly, he probably would have won the race had he not got spun in pit road. That slowed me down a little bit too. I don't know if you caught that, but I was right behind that when he got spun in pit road. So,
yeah. Well, I had picked you to win the race and collect the bounty, but third place, man. I guess you said this is not your favorite track, so you're probably going to be pretty excited about that as we just kind of move away from, Worldwide Technology Raceway and get ready for next week.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what next week is.
Me neither. Me neither, man. Me neither.
Let's look.
Me neither.
Oh, it's Bristol.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. It's Bristol next week. So, what are your thoughts as we get ready to head for the greatest Coliseum in America?
I'm pretty good Bristol. I like Bristol, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, man. Give me them shout-outs before I let you go and start getting excited about that little half mile.
All right. Blevins is on my truck, and Keys Architects and Associates, and I appreciate the broadcast as always, Roger. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with me. Good luck.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Corey Blevins finishing in third. I had picked him to win. He did not come through for me. But the guy that has proven over and over and over again that there's a reason why he's at the top of the points. He drove from the back once again. He comes up one spot short. Adam Vinny, I'm sure you're exhausted, but once again, a fantastic drive.
I am very exhausted, dry mouth. But yeah, it was a fun ride. Ran into a little bit of a hiccup that stunk, but yeah, overall, I consider this a win.
Well, I got to ask, did we get the noise-canceling headphones so that Miss Mindy did not have to hear what happened on pit road?
No, I didn't get as loud as I usually do, but I'm pretty sure she heard me. The whole county probably did, not the whole state, just the whole county.
Well, this inverting the top four to the back thing has given a whole lot of other drivers a lot of confidence to come and race hard. And you got up there tonight and you ran into a new guy who seems to have plenty of confidence. You just could not figure out how to get around him.
Yeah, he ran a solid race. I knew he was going to be tough. He usually isn't anything. Blevins also, he's always tough. Brock, Forsner, all of them, just everybody. This field is just so strong, but I think if I wouldn't have got turned on pit road, I definitely would have. I think I would have had something for him.
Still an awesome run, man. You're going to stay atop the points, I am sure, with this finish. So that means we're going to see you at the back at Bristol next week. That's going to be double tough. What do you think about that already, knowing that that's where you're going to be?
That's one of the tracks I was nervous about even before the season started. So, well, I like Bristol. It's a lot of fun. Just got to keep the truck clean and pray for a good finish.
That was going to be my suggestion. Just keep all the fenders square on it going in there next week, man. Give me some shout-outs before I let you head out tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Roger. Dirt Racing Network, DSSN, Beard Wisconsin, Small Batch Beard Oils and Balms, Next Level Litigation Support, Fridge Brick Time with BAM, Port Charlotte Lawn Care, No Coast Customs for the wrap, Alex Thompson Racing, Ranger Creative Concepts, Oakley, Puma, my parents, my girlfriend, my kids, just everybody that tuned in and supports this this channel and support what we love to do. I thank you all.
All right, man. Congrats on another great run. We'll look forward to seeing you next week at the last great Coliseum, sir.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Roger. Thanks, everybody.
Adam Vinny finishing in second here tonight, and now took him about 4 weeks to break through. Hasn't had a lot of luck the first couple 3 races, but tonight he comes in, gets a start up front, parlays that right into a victory. I got to ask, on that last restart with about 15 to go, how much nerves knowing that everybody was bunched right back up to you?
I just tried to put that in the back of my mind and just not look in the mirror and just run my own laps and try to stay consistent, because, I mean, you get a bad run out of 2 and a guy sucks up to you super quick. So you've got to hit your marks and stay consistent, and that's what I tried to do.
Long green run. It looks like maybe this thing is going to go the rest of the way. You got about 9 seconds. Caution comes out. Little sigh of relief because you're going to get a break from wheeling that thing, or, oh my gosh, man, this is going to get really crazy now.
Yeah, I obviously wished it would have went green, but I mean, I knew with the restart it would probably turn into a dogfight up front, but I was able to get really good restarts on both of those restarts we had, so able to get a little bit of a buffer coming out of 2 kind of helped.
Well, the last couple of laps, I don't know if you know how close he was, but he was there.
Yeah, like I told Adam, we were waiting on you to pull him up there, and I was like, Adam, another 10 laps, and you probably would have had me there. But, I mean, hats off to him. I know he had some troubles, too, during the race on pit road, so being able to come up through like he did is super impressive, and hopefully we can both start up front and have a good race.
Well, next week he's going to be starting at the back at Bristol, and I don't know if you made it into the top 4 in points or not, but I do have a little bit of good news for you. You picked up the bounty tonight, and you get $20.
Well, as the car owner, I'm sure you're going to scrape some of that off the top.
Well, we got to put it back in the car. I don't know. Is there any scuffs on the paint or anything? Because, you know.
I think the tire bills are going to be the only thing this week.
Yeah. Well, this place is notorious for eating up tires, and it's tough out there anyway. You were talking about getting off turn 2 bad. How many? We saw so many trucks that got a little wiggle, had got to the center of the corner, and all of a sudden the truck took off to the top. When the tires let go, they're just done, and there's nothing you can do, right?
Well, yeah, and then you had to really time your downshift, since we're downshifting in 1 and 2. I tried to wait until the apex of the corner and right before I picked up the throttle to get back, the downshift in the 3rd. But yeah, if you try to run out of 2 on 4th, it's a mess. And I didn't really have an issue with the tires, but this is the first race I've really tried to pace myself in a truck and try to learn how the tires wear and try to save a little bit. So it seemed to work.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're going to break through and get your first win in the series. Give me some shout-outs before we let you get out of here.
First and foremost, I got to thank you, Roger, with DSSN and DSRL, Dirt Racing Network, the whole group. You obviously fit the bill to get the truck in the race, so can't thank you enough. And then Netcode, they're all over the truck. Come race with us on Thursdays at 7:30 if you like running dirt midgets. They're a really good group of guys, really clean racing. And then Quality One Lube and Repair for being on the side, and these guys for putting this league on.
All right, well, it's always nice when we get to put our stuff on somebody's truck and get to see it in victory lane. So congrats on the win. Thanks for chatting with us. I will hopefully get to see you tomorrow night.
All right, thank you. Cool.
Garrett Boyd breaking through and picking up his first win in the series. So congrats to Team 21. Like I said, it's always fun when we see our decals on somebody's truck. And I like that he represents other leagues that he races in, because he's kind of a fixture over there on Thursday nights at Netcode with that Mighty Midget series, and it's good to see him repping every place that he likes to run. He doesn't put that stuff on the truck just because he wants to put it on there. He does it because he's really appreciative of leagues like that, and it's good to see drivers that have that kind of fortitude to do those things. So, always a great time. I want to thank all of you. I hope you enjoyed the show. This was a fun race. I can't wait for next week when we're at Bristol. That's going to be a completely different animal. There's going to be so much action going on there. We're going to be busy up here. I'm going to have to get me an engineer to do some camera work for us, but we will see how it goes. Thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. without all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like we see here on a weekly basis. There's nothing to cover. Everybody gets a high five and a pat on the back. Come back and see us. See if we're on tomorrow night about the same time, about 8:15 Eastern. We may jump over and cover Netcode just because we're not doing anything that we know of. If not, we'll see you next Tuesday night for ER. No. We're off next Tuesday night. The Milwaukee 100 got postponed due to some unforeseen circumstances, and ERA is off so that they can allow us that time space. So we probably won't see you guys again until next Wednesday. Either way,